Beyond birthdays. The truth about aging. Aging is shaped by a complex mix of internal and external factors. Let's explore the real influences behind how we age. Inflammation, a key driver of aging and chronic disease. Glucose, high blood sugar levels stress the body and fuel long-term damage. LDL, often called bad cholesterol, builds up in arteries and increases disease risk. Omega fats, while omega-3s are helpful, too much omega-6 can spark inflammation. Alcohol disrupts bodily functions and triggers inflammation. And lastly, stress, a silent accelerant of aging, weakening immunity and damaging cells. First, let's talk about inflammation. As we age, our bodies gradually experience more low-grade inflammation, and living an unhealthy lifestyle can worsen these effects, causing chronic inflammation. For example, a long-term diet high in omega-6 fat can cause free radical buildup. Without enough antioxidants to neutralize them, free radicals oxidize LDL and prevent receptors from binding to them. Oxidized LDL builds up in the blood vessels, causing oxidative stress and elevated blood cholesterol. Exercise can help counter these negative effects by increasing white blood cell production and providing glutamine to immune cells for energy. Chronic inflammation can result in premature aging and damage to organs, since cell proliferation increases risk of hyperplasia, leading to conditions such as cancer and obesity. General side effects include an increase in stress, sleep disruption, gastrointestinal issues, autoimmune disorders, cardiovascular disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and multiple sclerosis. Neurodegenerative disorders result from neuronal cell death or loss of function. It's important to prioritize diet and exercise before these diseases progress because neuronal damage is irreversible. Now let's look at how too much glucose can speed up one's aging. Here we have Billy. He eats white bread, a simple carbohydrate, which spikes his blood glucose levels. His pancreas is alarmed and releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin opens up GLUT4 channels on muscle and fat cells. These channels let glucose enter the cells to be used or stored. But let's zoom in on visceral fat cells, the one known to cause a lot of trouble. Visceral fat surrounds organs and has limited space. When Billy eats simple carbs like white bread, excess glucose converts to triglycerides, causing fat cells to swell. As they expand, they compress each other, stress nearby tissues, and trigger inflammation. Inflammation produces free radicals that disrupt insulin's signal to open up GLUT4 channels. As a result, glucose can't enter cells, a condition called insulin resistance. When glucose lingers in the blood, it starts to bind with the amino acid in proteins which destroys it. This is known as glycation, and this reaction forms advanced glycation end products, AGEs. One major target of AGEs is collagen. When collagen breaks down, skin becomes more wrinkly and organs stiffen, which reduce its functionality. To make matters worse, AGEs spark more inflammation, further damaging cells within the body. In short, too much glucose over time leads to a buildup of AGEs, causing your body to age faster than the actual years you've lived. Now, let's look at LDL cholesterol. LDL, especially when oxidized, has a toxic effect on blood vessels. It disrupts nitric oxide production, causing vessels to become stiff and narrow. Oxidized LDL infiltrates the vessel walls, triggering immune responses that lead to chronic inflammation, plaque buildup, and microvascular damage, especially in sensitive organs like the brain and kidneys. And here's the bottom line: blood flow equals life. When it's restricted, aging accelerates. But LDL's damage goes deeper, right into your cells. Oxidized LDL generates oxidative stress and damages telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes. This causes the cells to age, therefore aging the body at a faster rate. Omega fatty acids can play a crucial role in aging as well. The two main types are omega-3 and omega-6. They are essential for brain function, cardiovascular health, and inflammatory balance. Omega-6 fatty acids are generally found in vegetable oils. They synthesize eicosanoids such as arachidonic acid, which causes inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, canola, and flaxseed oils synthesize eicosanoids such as EPA and DHA, which negate these effects with anti-inflammatory responses. Omega fatty acids are not naturally synthesized by the body, so we get them through our diet. Most diets are higher in omega-6 fats, while lacking omega-3 fats. This imbalance can lead to increased risks of chronic diseases. Omega-3 and omega-6 pathways share the same enzymes that convert them into eicosanoids. When omega-6 fats are consumed in high amounts, the omega-6 pathway becomes overactive, and the enzymes begin to favor the pro-inflammatory response. As a result, the omega-3 pathway and anti-inflammatory response is reduced. Alcohol also plays a significant role in aging. Alcohol uses the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase to produce acetaldehyde, which is a toxin that damages DNA and affects the developing brain up to age 25. It can affect your ability to make good judgments, coordination, and even memory. Alcohol is also associated with the liver. Acetaldehyde is converted into acetic acid, which eventually becomes NADH and turns into fat, leading to a fatty liver. This can cause inflammation called hepatitis, and it can also lead to fibrosis and cirrhosis, which are all signs of organ aging and failure. How can stress age your body? First, there are two kinds of stress, chronic and oxidative. Chronic stress is stress that lasts longer than regular stress. Chronic stress can weaken your immune system, making you vulnerable to pathogens. These pathogens could lead to tissue or cellular damage. Gene expression caused by chronic stress can also cause premature aging. Next is oxidative stress, which is an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants in the body. Oxidative stress can cause mitochondrial dysfunction because oxidative stress produces reactive oxygen species, which can impact mitochondrial function, eventually leading to apoptosis or cell death. Stress impacts your nervous system and how it functions. For example, stress impacts your HPA axis, which is used for stress management. Chronic stress can lead to HPA dysfunction, impacting your hippocampus, which is responsible for memory. Stress can also lead to neurodegeneration and lower neuroplasticity, which impacts your problem-solving skills and learning. Thank you for listening.